girl Cordnie Ellese, y'all. Welcome to my channel, Mommyhood and Entrepreneurship. And y'all, today we are just celebrating this whole birthday phenomenon that is she. And because I am a September baby, y'all, I love to think about the end of summer, the beginning of fall. I really don't like fall. But y'all know I'm a positive person, an optimistic person, and even in the things that I don't really like so much, I can still find the greatness therein, okay? And when I think of September and I think of fall, I think of change. You know, the leaves are changing, the environment is changing, the weather is shifting. You know, school has started, so people have shifted from all the summer vibes and hot girl summers to, you know, wearing more clothes and doing different types of things, and not as many people are outdoors. You know, just everything's kind of shifting, all right? And when I think of a shift and I think of change, I think of difference. Something's different in the air, y'all. And because it's my birthday as well, I'm just like, all right, so when I think of different, let me break that down and how I really feel about it, because I want to challenge myself during this next year to a few different things. I have been showing gratitude, I have been showing challenges, but ultimately I just really want to just take a look in the mirror and really think about what that looks like. And while doing that, of course, I'm sharing with you guys my story, so prayerfully you'll be able to do the same thing and really, you know, push yourself forward with these different challenges that I have going on. So as far as difference, when I think of difference, I actually think of a few different things. No pun intended. You get it? Think of a few different things. When I think of different, I think of a few different things. I think of changing from one thing to another, but I also think of, how am I different? What makes me different? I don't necessarily have to be changing for there to be something different, okay? And with me, I like to think that I am very different, similar to a lot of people, which makes me different from a lot of other people. You get what I mean? There are a lot of different people in this whole entire world, and I don't want to be too repetitive, but honestly, y'all, that's what this is. It's about being different. It's about being amazing and figuring out exactly what that you really is. And so sometimes we get so caught up in doing what's popular, we get caught up in feeling unpopular, like we're too different for the crowd. But in actuality, it's just like, okay, well, there's plenty of people in this world, so chances are if you're different, you're actually the same as somebody else. Those people are just different in their environment too, and y'all just don't know each other enough for y'all to be different together. So you just have to look at it in your own personal light of why you are special, because even though you might just be as different as that other person, and y'all might be different to the people who y'all are different from, something is amazing about you that's still completely different from the weirdo that you're similar to. That is how I'm looking at life. So I'm going to look at this challenge for myself and the things that I'm going to change, but I'm also going to look at this and how am I different. So let's go on and start with the things that I am going to change. In this changing season, I've already told you all what my new phrase is for the year, and the new phrase for this new birthday year, it's success loves speed. The biggest thing that I want to change with that is I want to treat most things as though they are urgent and important, like they have to get done right now. I've been practicing something as far as my organization, which I still don't necessarily have underway by a long shot, but I've been practicing something with that. Instead of me waiting to put my towel up later, I put it up immediately after. Instead of me making my bed up later, I make it up immediately after. The only time I don't make my bed up as soon as I wake up is for some reason if I slept super late, or if my daughter is just really extra in the morning, she needs extra love and care and attention. But then as soon as I get home, before I do anything else, that's what I do. Every single time I come home, I make sure that I clean out my car. And in doing that, if I don't want to clean out my car, I'm also making sure that I don't bring a lot of stuff into my car. So if I don't feel like cleaning my bathroom, I make sure that I don't bring a lot of stuff into my bathroom. If I don't want to have to clean up my bedroom anymore, then I'm making sure that I'm not bringing a lot of baggage into my bedroom. And it's helping me to look at things in a different light, because I've decided that I want to move faster with the things that I want to correct. So in deciding that I want to move faster, it made me figure out ways to be able to do things in a much more efficient way, and to be able to look at it in a different light. To not look at the way that I was doing things as though it's okay, because I realized I was wasting precious time. You know how people say time is money? That's a lie. Time and money are not the same, because money is infinite and time can get gone in 30 minutes if it wanted to. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. God, please don't let this time end in 30 minutes. But what I'm saying though is time is not infinite. We don't have unlimited amounts of time on this earth with our family and friends. So we have to make sure that we are utilizing our money and utilizing all the different qualities and people and things that we have in order to make sure that we're spending our time in a much more effective way. So that's the biggest thing that I'm changing this season. Now, as far as what is different about me, I think y'all have probably realized by now. If not, then, you know, maybe you'll realize it soon. But I'm a weirdo in her finest form. I am a weirdo. I like when I do all of the different love language tests, a disc assessment, personality tests. I have learned, y'all, that my mind and brain and everything is all over the place, okay? It's all over the place. I am like 52% one thing and 48% another. I'm either just a little bit more extroverted or a little bit more introverted, but either way, I'm almost right in the middle. I think out of both sides of the brain, apparently. When it comes to disc assessment, I never get the same answer twice. So I have no idea what my disc assessment is. From what people have said when I've listened to them, I really identify as being like a high S, maybe low D. That's what I identify as. But none of my tests has said either of those yet. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I have this really, really bad whatever accent that was, because I just like saying it because it feels really, really, really good to just admit that I don't know something and to have a really no worries, no problems mind type of solution to it. And then in addition to that, I am a quirky individual who is a nerd, who loves Harry Potter and still also loves Atlanta Housewives. Like, I am a Harry Potter nerd who swears by Atlanta Housewives, the Housewives of Potomac, and Married to Medicine. So bravo, y'all owe me a check because I officially just advertised for you guys. Thank you. But anyway, y'all, I love running around in the dirt. I love walking around barefooted, even though people hate that I do that. I am a hippie in the middle of my heart. I love Jesus with like all of my heart and soul. I do not like being around weed smoke at all. But sometimes I will settle for a brownie that has a little something in it if somebody doesn't tell me and I'm okay with it and I'll just keep eating it. I don't know. But with that in mind, but that's like, I haven't done that in, you know, maybe about 10 years. But I'm saying in my mind, I'm saying that I think I might have been okay with it, right? But don't sneak nothing in my food, y'all. But anyway, I love recording videos. I hate talking to new people who don't talk to me first. But if you talk to me first, chances are you might not be able to get me to stop talking. Y'all, I am just a very, very strange individual, okay? I am very loyal to my friends, but I'm also the kind of person who's like, wrong is wrong and right is right. I will tell you when you're wrong if you're wrong, and I will tell you when you're right probably more times than I tell you when you're wrong. I love seeing the positive things in life, but I am very real about the negative things that exist. I just believe in fixing them and not complaining about them. I do not like complainers. I do not like to be around complainers. I have some complaining friends, but not many of them. And the ones who are complainers, I have in so many words gently told them at some point that they were complainers. And they're luckily and blessedly the kind of people who are into being introspective and self-fixing. That ain't even my job to have to do. I am a firm believer of taking the plank out of your own eye before you try to take the speck out of somebody else's. So even though I'm a Virgo and I'm highly critical, whenever I want to criticize somebody, as soon as I even think or even say the criticism to them, then it makes me point the finger back at myself and figure out what I've been doing wrong and what I can do better. So I am just a very, very weird individual. I have a very, very, very harsh temper, but it takes a whole lot to get it out of me. So many people have never seen it. Chances are you'll never know if I'm mad at you unless you're super close to me and I can't get away from you. But I'm not really good at saying all the right things, especially when people are upset or hurt by me. And that is something that I've had to really, really work on because I have like this positive outlook on life. Sometimes I don't get emotionally connected the way that many people are able to. And that has really hurt some people that I really, really love. So, you know, ultimately, you have to see what makes you different And once you see those things that makes you different, you can appreciate those things and you can love on those things and you can fix the things that need fixing. And just understand that God put you on this earth for a reason. And chances are, even in your flaws, those were meant to be there for a reason. So if you figure out how to like kind of maneuver your flaws to where they work for you and to where they work for the people who you're around and to where they work for God and for the community, God allowed you to have characteristics for a reason. If you figure out how to use the things that God has put inside of you for good instead of using it for something negative, oh my gosh, you're a force to be reckoned with. You're a force to be reckoned with. I was listening to Dave and Donnie on a podcast, and they were talking about how someone in jail was talking about how he had some kind of box trucks or some kind of trucks. And he was like, yo, I learned that I can move, like, you know, cars illegally or something to that moment. And she was like, but if you switch that around, and he was like, oh, I can move them legally or something like that. I'm pretty sure I just jacked up that story. But the thing was, is he didn't even recognize that it was possible for him to make money doing something in that light. But once he figured that out, he realized that something that he was capable of doing could, instead of being done in the wrong way, he could make that much money and even more without having to risk to go to jail again and lose his family by doing it the right way. And that's what I mean. We all have these characteristics that we can make the choice of either using them for bad or using them for good. So you can make the choice of using those things for good, and prayerfully that pushes you into the place where God wanted you to be instead of the place where you thought that you were supposed to be. So y'all, I will see y'all in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you can't watch the videos all the way to the end, at least just let them play to the end so it helps out the algorithm. Y'all really appreciate that, okay? really appreciate that. But anyway, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I really love and appreciate you guys, and I will see y'all in the next video. Ciao.